Humans like to believe they're rational, logical, intelligent, but history tells a very different story. Some of the biggest changes in the world didn't happen because of genius. They happened because of really bad decisions. Throughout history, humans have consistently overestimated themselves. Warnings were ignored, experts were dismissed, and common sense quietly left the room. Because nothing says this will end well, like ignoring every single warning sign. History is full of these moments where one bad call triggered consequences that no one could stop. And the worst part? Most of these disasters were completely avoidable. Pride has always been one of humanity's favorite weaknesses. Instead of asking, should we do this? The question became, how can we prove we're right? And when pride takes control, logic usually takes a vacation. Permanently. What's fascinating is that these mistakes aren't limited to one era: ancient civilizations, modern governments, global corporations, even brilliant scientists. The pattern never ever changes. Confidence first, consequences later. History doesn't change because humans learn. It changes because humans repeat mistakes until the consequences become absolutely impossible to ignore. Which raises an uncomfortable question: are we really smarter today? Or are we just getting better at making new mistakes? Let's dive deeper into this pattern. It's almost a formula. First, you have a group of people, often in power, who are convinced they have a foolproof plan. The evidence against their plan starts to pile up, but instead of reconsidering, they double down. This is where ego comes into play. Admitting a mistake would mean admitting they were wrong, and for some, that's a fate worse than the disaster they're about to cause. Think about it. We see this in grand projects that go wildly over budget and behind schedule. Instead of pulling the plug, more money is thrown at the problem, hoping a miracle will happen. It's the gambler's fallacy on a massive scale. We've invested so much already, we can't stop now. The warnings of engineers, scientists, or financial analysts are reframed as negativity or lack of vision. The people in charge surround themselves with yes men who only echo what they want to hear. The echo chamber becomes deafening and reality is locked outside. Then, when the inevitable happens, the bridge collapses, the market crashes, the system fails, the finger-pointing begins. It was an unforeseeable event, a black swan, anything but a predictable outcome of pure arrogance. The truth is, the signs were always there, written in bold letters for anyone willing to read them. But willful blindness is a powerful force. This isn't just about ancient kings making disastrous military choices. It's happening right now in boardrooms, in political chambers, and maybe even in our own lives, just on a smaller scale. The refusal to listen, the overconfidence, the prioritizing of pride over prudence, it's a fundamentally human flaw. And what about the element of groupthink? This is where bad decisions really get supercharged. An individual might have doubts, a nagging feeling that something is wrong. But when they're in a room where everyone else is nodding along, it becomes incredibly difficult to be the lone voice of dissent. The pressure to conform is immense. You don't want to be the one who slows things down, who looks like they're not a team player, so you stay silent. Your silence is then taken as agreement, which reinforces the confidence of the leader and everyone else in the room. This creates a feedback loop of escalating certainty, completely detached from reality. The collective intelligence of the group becomes lower than the intelligence of any single individual within it. We've seen this lead to some of the most baffling decisions in modern history. Products that nobody wanted were launched with billion-dollar marketing campaigns. Policies with clear, devastating side effects were implemented with enthusiastic support. Why? Because nobody dared to stand up and say, wait a minute, does this actually make any sense? The social cost of disagreeing seemed higher than the potential cost of the bad decision itself. It's a tragic and ironic twist. Our social nature, the very thing that allows us to build civilizations, can also be the catalyst for their unraveling. Everyone is so focused on maintaining harmony within the group that they collectively steer themselves right off a cliff. And afterward, Everyone wonders how they could have been so blind. The answer is simple. They weren't blind, they were just looking at each other instead of looking at the road ahead. Let's also consider the boiling frog syndrome. Many of history's worst decisions weren't made in a single dramatic moment. They were the result of a slow, creeping series of small, seemingly insignificant compromises. The water is getting warmer 1 degree at a time. The first compromise is easy to justify. The second is a little harder, but it follows from the first. By the time the 100th compromise is made, you're in a situation that would have been unthinkable at the start. But because you got there through tiny, incremental steps, it feels normal. Standards are lowered so gradually that no one notices the decline. Red lines are crossed, then redrawn a little further back, then crossed again. This is how societies can slip into tyranny, how companies can descend into corruption, and how environmental crises can escalate unchecked. Each individual step seems manageable, even rational at the time. It's just a temporary measure. It's a necessary evil for the greater good. We'll fix it later, but later never comes. The cumulative effect of these small concessions is catastrophic. It's a slow-motion disaster, one that lacks a single villain to point at. The responsibility is diffused across countless small decisions made by countless people, each one thinking they were doing something reasonable. This is perhaps the most insidious type of bad decision because it's so hard to spot while it's happening. You only see the full picture in hindsight, when you're re-looking back from the ruins and wondering how on earth you let things get so bad. The frog is boiled, and it never even knew it was in danger. So, if these patterns of pride, groupthink, and gradual decay are so universal, are we doomed to repeat them forever? Maybe. But understanding the pattern is the first step toward breaking it. The stories of failure are not just cautionary tales. They are roadmaps of what not to do. They teach us the value of humility, the courage of dissent, and the importance of vigilance. They remind us that the most dangerous phrase is not, "I don't know, but I know for sure." The historical record is a vast database of human error. It shows us time and time again that expertise should be respected, that dissent should be encouraged, not silenced, and that admitting a mistake is a sign of strength, not weakness. Maybe true intelligence isn't about never making mistakes. Maybe it's about building systems and cultures that can catch them before they spiral out of control. Systems with checks and balances and cultures that reward honesty over conformity. But that requires a level of self-awareness that humanity has historically struggled with. We love the myth of the heroic, decisive leader, the visionary who sees what no one else can. We are less fond of the careful, methodical leader who listens to criticism and changes their mind when presented with new evidence. We crave certainty in an uncertain world, and we often punish those who point out the uncomfortable complexities. So, as we look around today at the grand challenges facing our world, the question remains: are we learning from the countless bad decisions of the past? Or are we just finding more technologically advanced ways to ignore the warning signs? More sophisticated echo chambers to hide in, and heating the water just a little bit faster this time around? History is watching, and it has a tendency to be a very harsh judge. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, consider subscribing for more explorations into the patterns of our past.